Hello, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. So happy to be back again. Today, we're discussing permanent bars to establishing good moral character as a U.S. citizenship, as an applicant for U.S. citizenship. Okay, so let me just go right into it and share my screen. Oh, missed it. Hold on. Let me add it here. I hope you guys are doing well. Drop me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And today will be a very quick one. I need to go prepare for a meeting I have very soon. So, okay, right here. I probably should have zoomed in a little bit more. Okay, right here. Permanent bars to good moral character. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so there you have it. So today we're going to be discussing, it's really pretty straight to the point. We're going to be discussing the permanent bars to good moral character. So whenever you are applying to become a US citizen, you need to establish good moral character. That's an integral part of your application. It goes without saying that everybody wants somebody who is respectful, who's progressive, who is helpful, who is good. When there's any emergency, like within the community, you will have members of the community who are kind-hearted people who can, pivot at any time into leadership roles or, service roles, and then offer help to that community. So because of these things, they don't want certain types of people becoming US citizens. Okay, so you need to establish that you are a person of good moral character, and there are two things that permanently bar you from establishing that you are a person of good moral character whenever you're applying for US citizenship. So I'm sorry. So we're going to discuss the permanent bars to US citizenship. The first is murder, the big one. So an applicant who has been convicted of murder at any time is permanently barred from establishing good moral character for naturalization. So it doesn't matter if you were convicted of murder in, let's say, 1986 or in 1972. It doesn't have to be within the statutory period, the period about 5 years preceding your application of citizenship. It can be at any time. Even if you committed murder in the 1900s, you are permanently barred, because for them, there's no way you can establish good moral character again after a conviction of murder. So note the legal term is you have to be convicted. It has to be a conviction. Okay, not necessarily a charge, a murder charge, a conviction. A conviction is a final disposition that's saying that, hey, yes, this person is actually guilty of the murder that took place. Okay, so you have been convicted means that you have been found guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction, and it was proven beyond every reasonable doubt that you were the person, responsible for the murder of the deceased. Okay, so that's what it means. Once you are convicted, it's game over for you. No US citizenship. Don't even dream about it. Okay, then the second thing, there are only two permanent bars. So it's murder, and the second thing is aggravated felony. Let's get into what that means. So in 1996, Congress expanded the definition and type of offense considered an aggravated felony in the immigration context. So an applicant who has been convicted of an aggravated felony on or after November 29, 1990 is permanently barred from establishing good moral character for naturalization. So please note that naturalization is the same as citizenship, the process of becoming a US citizen, the application. So while an applicant who has been convicted of an aggravated felony prior to the date is not permanently barred from naturalization, the officer should consider the seriousness of the underlying offense along with the applicant's present moral character in determining whether the applicant meets the good moral character requirement. If the applicant's actions during the statutory period do not reflect a reform of his character, then you cannot establish. So what they're saying is that The cutoff date for aggravated felony is, after November 29th, 1990. However, what they're going to do is they're going to be looking at your current, what you're doing now, your current state, what you're doing, your behavior. Does it reflect somebody who has undergone reformation or rehabilitation? Okay, so it's sort of discretionary here. However, when it comes to murder, there's no discretion. You are just out. With aggravated felony, depending on when you committed it, the officer can, review it and decide that, hey, this person has probably reformed and so has, can establish good moral character. So some offenses require a minimum, term of imprisonment of 1 year to qualify as an aggravated felony in the immigration context. The term of imprisonment is the period of confinement ordered by the court, regardless of whether the court suspended the sentence. Okay. So let's take an example here. For example, an offense that involves theft or a crime of violence is considered an aggravated felony if the term of imprisonment ordered by the court is 1 year or more, even if the court suspended the entire sentence. So depends on, sometimes what they're saying is that there's some offenses that will require a minimum term of imprisonment of 1 year to be qualified as an aggravated felony within the context of immigration law. So it's not set in stone. It just depends on, what the characterization of the offense you committed is. So we're just going to look at a few examples of what we mean by an aggravated felony. A lot of people are like, what is an aggravated felony? Because we have, different levels of crimes. We have misdemeanors, we have felonies, different things, different types and levels of crime. So here we're going to be talking about the aggravated felony. Okay, so if you commit rape, of course, murder is also an aggravated felony. So murder, but we've established that already. So rape, sexual abuse of a minor. So of course, you know what rape is, having sex with somebody without their consent. And then sexual abuse of a minor, it's a no-no. Somebody under 18 years, just don't go there. Those people are not able to consent. So, and these are very strict liability offenses. So it doesn't matter if you knew or didn't know their age. So you just need to be really, 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 really careful with all those things, especially if you're an immigrant, because being an immigrant, you are going to face very harsh consequences if these are imputed to you. So please, you want to be careful with there are people that make the arguments that, oh, she looked so mature. I thought she was 24 and she was 17. That's not acceptable. These things are very strict liability offenses. So, as an immigrant, you want to be sure that the person that you're having sexual encounters with is somebody that is, you have actually verified, re-verified, and over-verified what their actual ages are, because nobody's going to listen to you when you say, oh, I didn't know that they were, they were in actual fact 17 when they were, they were actual fact 17 when they told me they were 24. That's not going to cut it. Okay, so guys, be careful. As immigrants, be very, very careful of anybody you have sexual encounters with. You need to verify, as I said, their age and be very, very sure. Then illicit trafficking in controlled substance, then illicit trafficking in firearms or destructive devices. I'm sorry, just be careful what you're bearing. I mean, we all know the First Amendment guarantees you the right to bear arms, firearms, but it has to be done within the proper confines of the law. If you need permits, you make sure you have your permit. Just make sure you're going according to what the law says you should do. Don't go engaging in things that are questionable or controversial. All these things will jeopardize your own future here in the United States, and you'll never become a U.S. citizen because you'll be permanently barred from establishing good moral character. And as I said, good moral character is such an integral and fundamental part of U.S. citizenship. Okay. Then here, money laundering offenses, if it's over $10,000, that's classified as an aggravated felony. Don't get near that. Don't even touch this with a 10-foot pole. Money laundering offenses, okay? Explosive materials and firearm offenses, crime of violence, especially, of course, where the imprisonment term is at least 1 year, then it qualifies as an aggravated felony. So the citations are right here. These are the statutes, the Immigration and Nationality Act 101A 43A. That's for the murder, rape, or sexual abuse of a minor. These are the citations, the citations of the law. So you can take a look at that if you want. It's quite a long list. We'll just go through the second part of what qualifies to be an aggravated felony, so that you guys are very careful. Theft offenses, if imprisonment is at least 1 year. Guys, demand for or receipt of ransom. This is a no. Don't do this. Don't demand, for ransoms from people. You know what that means. You can you go kidnapping somebody, and then you call let's say you go kidnap a woman who's whatever age, and you call their husband, and you're like, hey, bring me $10,000 or I'm killing them or whatever, things of the sort. Just don't get involved. That's an aggravated felony. You don't want to be cited for those things, or convicted, or charged, or even just associated with any of those things. So please be mindful of your steps. Child pornography offenses. Don't keep things on your WhatsApp. People forward all sorts of pictures, children bare-chested, if they are girls, of naked children. Don't have any of those things, because in any event, if it happens, somebody gets hold of your laptop or your phone, maybe you are doing some repairs, or you need assistance with your devices, and then somebody goes on there and then sees children naked on any of your devices. That's a big, huge offense, and you can be in trouble for that. So please be careful. Don't dabble in any of those things. Racketeering, gambling, prostitution offenses, if you are managing, transporting, trafficking, gathering or transmitting classified information. Don't go into databases which are supposed to be secure and protected and sensitive, and trying to get into Bank of America, and none of those shady things. Okay, then no fraud or deceit offenses or tax evasion, of course, over $10,000. So these have minimum amounts. So take note of that. There's a list of offenses. So these are aggravated felonies that you definitely don't want to be convicted of or just associated with for your own safety, guys. This will be the end of today's video. So just be careful if you're permanently barred from establishing good moral character as a lawful permanent resident. Then that's it. You jeopardize. You can't ever become a US citizen. All right, guys. So this will be the end of today's video. Drop me a comment. Let me see who's watching and where you're watching from before I leave. However, if there are no comments, permission to fill out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Be safe and stay blessed. Goodbye. Oh, of course, if you need U.S. immigration law assistance, please call me. My name is Attorney Akua. This is my number, 802-7800-564. I handle clients all around the U.S. and I handle all types of U.S. immigration law matters. And I will be happy to assist you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, and I will spill some more U.S. legal immigration tea. Okay, so take care and be blessed. Bye.